I know I'm sitting, but I needed my slippers for some reason.
Oh, I understand.
Stuff on my toes, you know?
I love that. You look great.
Thank you.
I'm
inspired.
You're inspired by what?
Well, I saw this show called Legendary. Actually, that's just called Legendary. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my God. So it is the first time that the ballroom scene is in the mainstream. So I'm really excited. And do you know what ballroom, because ballroom sounds like professional dancing, but it isn't. It's ballroom, it's a queer scene by Black, queer, and transgendered women in the inner city, in New York City.
No, I never heard of it. I immediately went to the Pan Pacific dance competition that it was quite well known in Australia. There was a whole movie about it. So yeah, that's where my brain went.
That's like an international, so it's called ballroom type of dance, but this is something else. It's called ballroom. They're called balls, but really what they are is houses that are like families, and they have names like Gorgeous Gucci, Saint Laurent, Lanvin, and Ninja, and they started like in the late 70s, early 80s, and everything you've ever seen in terms of like pop diva and culture comes from them. And It was stolen from them.
Yeah.
For example, Madonna and her voguing, that's queer culture. Right. That's all Black transgender women created that.
I have heard that. Mm-hmm. So I think I've heard about the 70s New York thing with the houses and the family names and that sort of stuff.
So they finally made it mainstream. Ooh. Thanks to a lot of things, and I will have to say that RuPaul is part of the reason this is happening.
That makes sense.
So, and of course their fierceness, and also because I'm just happy for them, because all these years pop divas have been stealing from them, stealing lyrics from them, ideas from them, moves from them, and they really haven't gotten the respect and the credit. Mm-hmm. And I just said this when I just finished the finale, and I was just like, I wonder what pop divas are going to do now. Because they're not going to seem like geniuses anymore. So like when Madonna came out with this, it was like, oh my God, Madonna, a genius, da 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 da. It wasn't hers.
Right.
She come up with this. You know, and I don't think Madonna ever said that she did, but you know how it is.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. That's pretty cool. So this is inspiring the look today?
Yeah, it's inspiring my look, and it reminded me how much I love to get dressed up and wear makeup and wear dresses. Like, I am a drag queen at heart.
This makes sense. I didn't bring makeup to Fleur and Susan's. I'm recording from a new location today. So I thought, oh well, this is how I woke up today. So I went the opposite way. I'm like, this is how I wake up today. I don't have any makeup anyway.
I didn't shave, so there you go.
Woo! Yeah, me neither. Woo! All right. I also have gotten now obsessed with nail polish for the first time in my life, because I discovered one where, depending on the light, it's a different color. And I'm like, I didn't know this was possible. So I just went and bought like 4 others of their brand. It was like,
you're finding out about these things.
I know. So cute. So cute. little baby ballroom. You have to show me the ways.
Yes, I will. Well, this is so good, because you know me, I'm preparing gift baskets for our trip, and I wasn't gonna put nail polish in yours, because the last time I gave you nail polish, you were like, I don't know what nail polish is, and I was just like, well, I'm not giving her nail polish because I don't want her to feel bad. But now you're saying that you like nail polish, so I might put some nail polish up in there.
Oh, okay. Gift bags. How exciting. So I am, I started recording, just so we would have it. Yeah. But, so we've got a lot on the agenda, frankly. I've got to tell you, I've got some big news for you. And we need to watch last Thursday's event, Newton's Cradle, the event 4. Got to recap what everyone was up to. Did we want to look at our intros first and think about how?
Yeah, I think that it's time. It's time to practice a couple of things, make it a little bit more I don't know if cohesive is the word, because there is no cohesion in this.
No, but it's just something, it's almost ritual. It's like, here's how we start, here's how we end. And then
I love that. That's a great way to put it. So I was thinking about this because for Kikiando, you know, I have another channel, and we actually write out, we're really like, because the vibe there is like Telemundo, Univision, Anchor Women, you know, so that's the vibe.
Yeah.
So we actually wrote them out and practiced them. But this is different. This is a little bit more like a loosey-goosey. It's about passion. It's about love and entertainment and self-expression, really, at the foundation of this. So, so we started this like kind of like free-flowing, but I do believe, I like the word ritual. I believe that we need an intro ritual and an outro ritual.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So let's work it out.
Yeah, let's work it out. Well, I reckon, so like that'll come to us, and that might be even an offline discussion that we could practice it a little bit. I don't think there's any harm in that. And we can use the word ritual in it as well. Like, I mean, this is our Sunday ritual, right? Getting together to talk about sports. We spend the rest of our week talking about spirituality and work and what we're learning about life. And then today is just to go all balls out. Like, but what about the sport?
But what about that team?
Yeah. So do you want to hear my big news?
Oops.
Since we last spoke, I've jumped on a new marble team.
Uh-oh.
Switching. I mean, I don't know if I'm switching horses mid-race. The first time we had a conversation, I was obviously all about Balls of Chaos. Decided to go for the Raspberry Races because I was looking for a team that had good form. Like, I didn't necessarily feel the connection, but I wanted a team with good form, wanted someone I could back that way. And then just before the game started, I kind of threw in the Thunderbolts because I was like, I need a third team, and they look at them. And then during this week, I discovered Team Momo. And I had previously really overlooked Team Momo, but I think I'm going to send you this link.
Send it to me. Send it to me. I want to see this. You know, when I do the bits about the commentary, the online commentary. Oh no, I'm having an issue here, Coppercat. I did a whole rewiring. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I did a whole rewiring of my system, and I think that I had to. You know when your cables become a nest?
Yes, totally.
Ugh.
Yes.
But it's not like that anymore. And I'm wondering if that is creating some sort of tension with the cable because they're so neat. And all I did was move the screen a little bit, and it did something. And I think it's the cable. But I think it's okay. I wiggled the cables in the back, and it should be fine.
I mean,
let's talk about Momo, because Momo, you know very well that people love Momo.
Right, they do. And I went to check it out. So if you click on that link, but I can also tell you about it. The main reason is the logo. So when we were first choosing teams, we were looking at colors, we were looking at names. I don't know if we realized there were logos. And the Team Momo logo, purple, green, yellow, my colors. I'm wearing that dress today. The team names Momo, 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 and Mimo.
Oh, well, no wonder. No wonder. No wonder they're so loved. Because they make it easy for everybody.
But you see the colors. I mean, they're saying it's dark blue, but that looks like purple to me.
It looks purple.
Yeah. And then now, I happened to look this up. I saw, go on.
This looks like billiards.
It does
right?
too.
Like the pool stick.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be like an Asian influence, because they're from the Himalayan mountains of Mo. I believe is the the background story there. And interestingly enough, so they've never really done well. They had one good year in 2016. They haven't done well, so it's not a bandwagon jumping thing. They're not doing particularly well in this competition. But those colors, I can't resist. Now, this event today.
Yin and yang. There's a yin yang sign.
Yes.
I saw that immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. So yeah, Thunderbolts, never really emotionally connected to them. They're off my list. This is my new love. And interesting now, so Newton's Cradle, this event today, I think it's the first time it's been done, but it involves like it's not a competitive. It's not like it's like more like the last two things where they've been, but basically you've got the well, you'll see it. Basically, in this situation, marbles have to hit other marbles. And back in 2017, there was something called the fidget spinner collision. And I think it was Momo was in the fidget spinner event, and the fidget spinner flung him into Misty from Misty Midnight, or Misty from Misty Midnight, and he lost a chunk out of himself. Was out for the season.
Oh,
so
God.
Now that I've become part of the Team Momo community, this week leading up to this event, there was a lot of nerves. You know, this was the first marble team to ever be injured from a collision, and no one's really sure what this event was going to be about, and all that knew was there was going to be some kind of collision involved, and it really got a lot of Team Momo fans feeling quite nervous. So
What? I'd be nervous too.
Right?
You know what? This is why their hashtag is Momo Strong.
Yeah.
Because they have heart. They do not give up. They keep going no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Inspiration. This is I can see why you chose them.
Yeah. So just getting to know the teams a little bit, things are going to shift around. So not usually a bandwagon jumper, but just never got behind Thunderbolt. So I can't even remember their name. I keep saying it wrong.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a wagon for a reason.
That's true.
You got to get on it. Like, come on.
Oh boy. So should we catch up with what happened on Thursday in the so let's see where they were
on Thursday.
So well, I just put the link in there so we can watch it.
Did you just send it to me?
I did. I put it in the chat.
Oh, I saw that something clicked. I see.
Yeah. So let's just remember that before this event, so before this event, Misty Maniacs were still in first. The Arrangers or the Oranges, I think they call them the Arrangers, or like the Rangers for short.
Yeah, because it's O.
Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah. Rangers.
Rangers.
So they're in second after the Funnel Endurance. Crazy Cat's Eyes are in third. Raspberry Racers are in fourth. Midnight Wisps in fifth. And Balls of Chaos are in sixth. So that's rounding out the top six. So that's where we are heading into this event. Should we both give ourselves...
Can we review the colors of each team? Just because I find that I think it would be helpful for everybody because they go so fast.
Yeah, they really do.
It's hard to keep an eye on them, and if you know the colors, it's easier. I mean, there's certain teams. That's why the Rangers are as famous as they are. They're so easy to identify.
That's right.
The Galactics are easy to identify, and so are the Oceanics.
Yeah, they're easy. I find the ones tricky. So Raspberry Racers also easy.
Oh, yeah. They're this color.
Yeah, exactly. Minty Maniacs, also easy, like that pale green with a little chocolate swirl.
It's this little chocolatey, a little like a little fudgy in there.
Yeah.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, it looks like it could be like a hotel mint on your pillow, right?
Oh, yum. And then the ones that confuse me are the wisps.
Yeah, let me have a quick...
they confuse me. The other ones that confuse me are the bumblebees. Am I making that team up?
No, they're there.
Good.
I get a little, because the Balls of Chaos look like, from a distance, like, I don't know. Now, I do want to fit in this, the video's 10 minutes, I want to fit it in before we go live at 3 p.m.
Okay, so let's do it.
Yeah. But I think they've gone to the black, so Midnight Wisps. We'll keep it on the top six at the very least. Midnight Wisps are black with blue swirls. So they're in the sixth place. The Bumblebees are yellow with brown stripes. Makes sense.
Yellow and brown, right?
Yeah. And so I get it, like, Balls of Chaos are transparent with bits of red and blue and yellow, but so the Crazy Cat's Eyes are transparent with like a single color cat's eye in it. Those are a little tricky to tell from a distance. They're both basically transparent with a spot of color inside, and it can be a little bit tricky, I find, at a distance to see those ones. But I think the top six, we should be able to at least recognize where they're at, and then yeah, hopefully I can keep an eye out for Team Momo this week and see how
All right. Well, let's do this. So let's synchronize.
All right.
Mine started, as you probably heard, But that was a commercial. It wasn't the actual.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't have a commercial on mine, so if you want to, so you've skipped the commercial.
Let me skip
and
then pause. Mine is right at the marble.
Me too. And wait, we should count. 3, 2, 1, play.
Last week tonight with John Oliver, Jelle's Marble Runs. Where we go, people?
All right, so I've got the, let's come in, event for Newton's Cradle. So this is showing the
candies. You got
it? Yeah, I got it. If anyone's watching, the link is in the bio. Get it up. We've just queued it for you. We can all watch together.
Oh, it looks like we're starting with the Galactics. Are we?
No, that's the Newton's Cradle. That's just the Newton's Cradle. That's the event that everyone's going to be using. So this is just to show you how it works.
Oh, yeah. I got excited. I got ahead of the game.
Yeah. So everybody's going to be using that one. But you see the slow-mo. So when your team captain comes down and whacks it and then pushes you out the other end. So there is a lot of angle, balance.
String.
So you got the starting order?
Mellow Yellow, Oceanics, Thunderbolts, Team Galactic, Hornets, Savage Speeders, Team Momo, Bumblebees. We're gonna go, that's the first 6 or 7.
Yeah. So we got the striker is Jelle and then ooh. Oh, that went much further.
Ooh, Mellow Yellow, a lot further.
Yeah.
I don't think this was gonna cut it.
It looks really funny when they have the slow-mo of this event because they're like, how could they possibly be going that slow?
Oh, that's a slow-mo. They should put a little thing that says it's slow-mo because I'm thinking it's the second one.
Yeah, right.
90. Almost 90.
Here we go, Ishi. Oh.
Oh, Oceanics a lot farther.
Yeah.
They made that look easy.
They've been disappointing everyone so far. They've got a lot of ground to make up. See, they're not even on my map here. Oh, I see. They're going in reverse order of where the standings are. So Oceanics are in 15th place coming into this event. Oh, Thunderbolts are in 14th place. So yeah, they're actually going in reverse order of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I think Oceanics are ahead still.
Yeah. So this gives the leaders the chance to know what they have to beat, right? Oh, real wobble. Didn't you see that wobble in slow-mo?
I see.
Oh,
I see what's going on here. Yeah. They're not cutting it.
All right. So Team Galactic
for straightness.
No, it's just the number you can get. The proof is in the pudding.
Did you just see the Galactics?
Yeah, they
105.
They blew it out of the water. Whoa, I nearly went off the map altogether.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think the straightness would depend on how far you can get, but there's no actual separate judging for that.
All right.
Interesting, the difference, like the Hornets and the Bumblebees, they're similar colors but different emphasis. All right, Hornets, no good. Get them off. Next, fool to yourselves. Terrible. No bloody good. The Hornets the Hornets and the Bumblebees, right? Same animal, similar animal. It gives off a lot of very separate vibe. Bumblebees sound all cutesy, friendly. The Hornets sound like they take no prisoners.
Yeah, but you have to give it to them. They had great balance. Here goes Savage Speeders.
Not good enough, I don't think. And then the Savage Speeders have some similar colors too. So I'm half thinking this is a good chance to try and recognize them. So
they have a white with a deep red maybe or burgundy. Is that what I'm
saying? Yeah, and a slip of yellow. Whoa, nearly. They gave it a good shot.
All right, but they're up there.
I want to see them. I can't wait to see Savage Speeders in some short sprint races, Momo, Team Momo, check them out.
There you go.
Come on, guys. Oh, it's not going to be good enough.
They have a beautiful green color, the Momos.
They do. I think this is the thing, they're not feeling confident on that impact.
Look at how wobble. Look at that wobble.
Yeah.
That takes away from your distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to give it to them. They have such spirit.
And I think there's still that shock from the old days of being
Bumblebee. I like Bumblebee.
They were just saying it's as much a precision event as it is a strength event on the commentary, which makes sense.
I think they're tying for third, Bumblebees.
Oh, here we go. Oh, they got in second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. They told me they're like, we're not third, we're second.
Hazes, Foggy and Misty. The Hazes, I never feel like have a team spirit, you know? I don't really get a sense of their club vibe.
Listen, they're hazy. Let's just
yeah. The Green Ducks.
Green Ducks.
No, not many people are cracking that 100 mark.
You need more power. At this point, you know that you have to be the #1 team.
Yeah.
You gotta hit those balls as hard as you can.
I mean, I think you'd need your heaviest marble to do the hitting, right? You want someone that's got this. Oh, balls of chaos!
Balls of chaos!
Bring the chaos! Well, that was too chaotic. Way too chaotic. Look at the wobble. Whoa!
He did this. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know.
That was just chaos. That was chaos by name, chaos by nature.
Live it up to their name. Live it up to their name. Wow. Okay.
All right. We're in the top 6 now. Here's Midnight Wisps.
Waspy.
Ooh, made a pretty good deal.
Okay.
Might be second. It might be good enough for second.
But look at the difference between Balls of Chaos and Waspy over here.
Yep. Oof.
Remember, you lose distance the wobblery you are.
It's true. All right, they've jumped up to second place.
Galactics, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna bring it?
Someone is. I feel like someone is. There's still 5 to go. You got your top 5 in the race. Someone's gonna take Galactic. Oh ho ho!
It was the raspberries.
Yes. They are matching your hair.
I know.
Ooh, oh ho ho ho!
Oh! Second or what? What do you think?
I think second. Crazy. Boo! Choke. Ooh, that was pretty close.
That was pretty close. Every time. They get you every time.
They're just consistent.
I think we're dedicating this to you, Kat. I think that was in the Inquirer.
Their consistency annoys me. Oh, they didn't get third. They're in third. You're in third. Yeah, they couldn't beat raspberries.
You gotta give it to them. Ooh, oh, Rangers! Come on.
Oh, smashed it! It! Whoa!
Yes! Oh, Rangers! Get it!
Yes!
New record! Rangers! I strongly believe that the density of the Orangers, because remember, they're cloudy and creamy, they have no clear.
That's true.
Oh, Minty. What did they do? Are they third? Are they do?
I think they might have gotten in second. It's hard to tell.
You saw that balance? That's how you do it. That's a professional.
Oh, no. 6th place.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Ouch.
Oof. I think that might make the Rangers might take first place overall today with that performance.
I like
Whoa.
I like it.
They put your Minties into second place. So what were you saying? You were saying that because they don't have any inclusions or any they don't have a wobble because they're so much clearer. Raspberry on the podium.
All right. Orangers first place, second place, Galactics third place. See?
Raspberry Rangers.
Yay!
Hey! Sorry, I was trying to let me get here we go. Yeah, so Rangers first place, Minty Maniacs down to second, Crazy Cat's Eyes stay in third, Raspberry stay in 4, Midnight Wisps going to, and Team Galactic jump into 6th. So All right.
All right.
So we got 5 minutes until we got to find your way to the homepage. Oops.
All right. We have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
To the next one. This was very exciting. It's still anybody's game.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 is Midnight Wisps, and they bring it. They bring it, and you know what? They don't have a lot of fans. They're not the favorites, but they are undeterred. They are.
Zena. Sorry, don't usually have a dog with me. Zena, the event is not up yet to stream. It says 12th of July. That's today.
So is it the Amazing Maze Race?
No, it should be the long jump today. Event 5. We're looking for the live video to come up, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it because it should be up any second.
All right. So great time to do a little bit of catching up on the world of sports. What's up over there? What do you got?
Well, cricket came back this week, which is exciting for me, and even more exciting, the result today. So the West Indies went over to England to play England in a test match and beat them. So I always love to see the colonial power get beaten. It's part of what I love about cricket is England losing the game they invented to all of the places they colonized. So that always makes me happy. So yeah, the West Indies, the West Indian cricket team, it's a tricky one because they form a team out of all the different islands. And obviously we know that all those islands have such, they all have their own identities, their own cultures, and so it can be quite challenging for the teams to, find that cohesive unity when there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, they've got their own internal competitions, a lot of rivalry, a lot of bitterness over people always pay attention to the Jamaican players and don't pay attention to the Grenadian players, and people feel like people miss out. So there can be a lot of, tension sometimes within that. And then also I think that over the years, the West Indies as a whole have kind of culturally moved away, as it's true of Australia as well, culturally moved away from England and towards America. So, kids growing up these days are more likely to want to play basketball or even soccer than cricket. So when in the 70s and 80s, the West Indian cricket team was basically unbeatable, could not beat them. They were they reinvented aspects of the game, absolutely incredible. And as a young girl in Australia, I used to be like, oh, it's so great when we beat the West Indies. But now that I'm older and I live in America and I've identified the colonial issues with England and the game of cricket, I now love to see the West Indies win, even if it's against Australia. Makes me happy. It's good for cricket.
I'm really looking forward to catching a game of cricket with you. I tried, that I fall asleep to the rules of cricket sometimes. It's just part of the sleep story in the Calm app. And it's fabulous. It's so good. So I may have subconsciously know the game of cricket.
This is true.
Okay? I may know it. I know it consciously, but I may subconsciously. So
really?
I really want to watch and see if something comes out. Like some rule. And I'm like, error or something, I just scream out like, no.
Oh my God. How long does that sleep story go for?
I don't know, because I literally fall asleep and I don't remember.
Oh my God.
But they usually, the average length is about 30 minutes.
Wow. I used to have that Calm app and I never listened to it because I figured it would be too interesting and exciting for me.
But you would use another one. You wouldn't use. They have hundreds.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I used to listen to other ones. I'm trying to see if there's any cricket going to be on when we have our weekend away.
That would be fantastic because this is my cricket fantasy. I'm gonna tell you what my cricket fantasy is.
Oh, please do.
I have a gorgeous wrap or a beautiful wig, or my hair is completely out. I have the mug. Beat for the ages. I have a beautiful picnic dress, maybe a gingham,
yeah,
wrapped around my waist with a beautiful little sandals, okay, in a picnic. Okay, my fantasy has nothing to do with this morning, but
I got you.
Here you go.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
A blanket, We have a beautiful big blanket, plenty of space, and a couple of pillows, and then a basket full of delicious. Hey!
What?
Oh, here we go. Delicious. I don't know what's going on. Delicious. My circuitry is having issues today.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe the event had started, so I was like, wow.
So a beautiful blanket with a basket with all these beautiful treats that include canned fish and olives and cheeses and fruit and some pastries and delicious juices.
Yes. And so you're sitting, sorry, I was distracted trying to work out what was happening with Jelle's marble run because it should be on right now, but I have an update. But you're on a blanket in this situation, correct?
Yes, I'm on a blanket. Yeah. Is that even possible during cricket?
Less so these days, but it's coming from a real place. So back in the day, not even that long ago, maybe 20 years ago, there were cricket grounds around the world, and there may be still 2 or 3 professional cricket grounds where, as well as the stadium seating, you just have a grassy hill. And so you can watch a professional cricket match in exactly the circumstances you've described. I think Adelaide still has it, and I think that there are some grounds in the West Indies that have it. And I am dying to get back to watch cricket in the West Indies. That would be a holiday I would
want to
go.
Can you invite me? Unless you're going with a lover and you just don't want me around, which is totally understandable.
I will. I'll let you know, because I went to watch the Cricket World Cup in 2007 in Grenada and St. Lucia, and to me it was a dream. We'd get up in the morning. Oh my God, because we were not rich enough to stay right on the beach back in those days. Now we would be, but it was almost kind of better. We were just off the beach. We'd wake up and I hadn't experienced this level of tropical in like my life really. Everything smelled different, everything felt different. It'd be funny. These Aussies bought plantains thinking they were bananas. This is how green I was about everything. Didn't know what I was doing. And then we would get on the just like they have the cabs here, they'd have just the buses careening around the hills. So we'd hail down a dollar cab, as we would call them in New York, jump on that, and then go down to the beach, swim in the morning, get back on the dollar cab, go over to the cricket ground, watch cricket all day, come back, go back to the beach, and then go to the bar that night and meet people, do karaoke, sing. It was my favorite thing to do. Oh my God, it was the best.
Fantastic. It might be a former life that I'm talking about, but I feel like I belong on this grassy knoll watching professionals, and I have a glass of a mimosa or a famosa or some sort of juicy spritzer thing.
What about a rum punch?
Rum punch. You give me a rum punch, give me a Sprite, give me a Coke. I don't care what it is. Give me something as long as it's in a beautiful glass.
I got you. Yeah, the other thing too is England, cricket's still such a grassroots sport. So this was something certainly, I've got mates in Australia that just they're really obsessed with their club and they just play for the love of it. It's not, particularly good necessarily, but it's not just the game of cricket. There's, other sports around it. There's a community centre. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's sort of what you said at the police league. There's a whole community that grows out of this cricket team. So it's a big thing that my mates are Toombs, as we call him, is playing cricket this week, so we're just going to go down. Their dream is a bit different to yours, but they'd have an esky, a coolie bin, sit on the bin, get the beers out, pass them around.
Hey, these are not mutually exclusive. These
no, that's true. A lot of cricket.
I have my bucket over here, and I have my blanket over here.
That's what I love. A lot of what I love about cricket is just a lot of time to catch up with people, a lot of time to just sit quietly. I think is what probably other people feel about fishing. It's just a good time to sit quietly. And sometimes cricket there's long stretches where nothing much really happens, but something has to break that tension. That's why I love that. Nothing's not going to happen forever. So you can sit there on a hot summer's afternoon, you might sort of start to doze off, and all of a sudden it's oh, he's got a wicket, he's got him out, oh, and you're what happened? And it's a good time. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to show you.
I look forward to watching cricket that way. I love hearing you talk about cricket because you get so passionate about it, and half the time I don't know what you're talking about, and that's I'm completely fine with that. So for me, whenever I get the chance to watch it live, I think I would enjoy it more.
Yeah.
To me, it's like I'm not even gonna lie. It's not gonna be like baseball at all. I'll rewind, delete. You did not hear that.
Okay.
But to me, it just seems like a very live, in-person atmosphere type of thing that I would enjoy the atmosphere more maybe than even the cricket. I feel the same way about the derbies and horse racing. But horse racing is exciting though on TV.
Yeah.
As long as you get it's like a 1 minute, but it's like for 1 minute. And it's like everybody's drinking, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, and then there's a 1 minute where everybody's like I do have one update. I know that you got an update. When is the game coming out soon?
It says that the upload is having processing difficulties. They'll schedule the premiere. They'll schedule it 30 minutes in advance as soon as the issue is resolved. So basically, from whenever they tell us it's going to be on, it will be at least 30 minutes from there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, they're having technical issues just like I am today, so it happens.
Yeah.
But I do have an update. I was looking into sports that I love, and I miss roller derby. And they are streaming them live online.
Yes, they had one yesterday from Brazil, was it?
And today they have one at 7 p.m.
Oh.
I'm sending you the link right now. It says today Champs Tournament. So we've missed a whole season.
Well, they haven't been doing it in New York. These are overseas ones.
Yeah, this was in Texas. This is a Texas. They say rewatch the Texas one. There's a lot going on in Derby.
Is it even 2020 though? I got the impression whenever I saw them advertise that they were old. This is rewatch Texas versus 2x2 2019.
Yeah, but the live one is today at 7 p.m.
No, they're gonna replay an old event live.
Oh, today's
yeah.
It was Saturday.
Oh, it was also yesterday.
Oh my God, I thought today was Saturday.
Yeah, but also that event has already happened. They were just going to show it at one time so people could kind of gather to watch it, but there's not much actually happening because there was a double header yesterday. There was an early match I think that was live out of somewhere that's not.
Well, why does it say watch live?
Because it's Twitch. It's probably just a button that says that. It's the same as like the marble runs say watch live, but they've actually uploaded the video, not to ruin the excitement for anybody, but like they're saying the marble run watch live, but it's a pre-recorded video.
Yeah, watch your wording, people. Got me all excited and stuff.
I know. I had the same thing. I was looking at that event yesterday. Also, they did a gathering. You might have like they got people who wanted to gather at Grand Army Plaza to go roller skating together, and I actually saw people. I saw two girls in Gotham Girls roller derby t-shirts in their roller skates yesterday morning as I was walking from here over to my place, heading to the park. And I was like, I know what you girls are up to. So, I think that, we're missing roller derby. Imagine how the roller derby girls are feeling. Missing a whole season in their prime. It's a tough event to stick around in, but.
Oh, man.
We only just discovered it, was it last season or the season before we first?
Well, I knew about roller derby for a very long time. I just started going to the actual events last year.
That's right. That was our first attempt.
But yeah, I've been obsessed with roller derby for years and years and years. I've just been obsessed with it. I love the sport. It just seems like such a fun sport. And there was a special on it recently. And they were talking about the Texas team, which is supposed to be the best team in the nation.
Really?
Yeah, and they're supposed to be the first one. Like they actually were the first to actually put it together and do it.
Oh, wow.
You know.
That's interesting.
And I don't know what New York feels about it, but that's what I have not looked at the history books. This is just somebody saying it to me.
Yeah, I'm just looking now. The Gotham All-Stars, the Gotham All-Stars haven't won a championship since 2014. So that's yeah.
Yeah, I heard that the best team is the Texas team from Austin.
Interesting.
Like, they're supposed to be the dopest team, and I saw some of the clips from them. They're badass, and they tend to, from what I saw, they tend to fight more than the New York girls, which you wouldn't expect, kind of, because New York girls seem to be, I don't know, there's some edge to them. I don't know. The Bronx gridlock is pretty tough, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder whether it's just, that Texas spirit. But, we could go watch one day when things open up again. We can go down to Austin, where my mom lives. And
I forgot your mom lives there.
Right?
What? They are dope. And when they build their rink, I don't remember seeing this. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Kath. When we went to see Derby live, I remember the actual rink being flat. It wasn't at an angle.
I remember that too, yeah.
It's flat, right?
Yeah, it's actually called the International Women's Flat Track Derby Association Championships.
Okay, flat track.
Yeah.
The girls in Austin used the original ramp track.
Oh, interesting.
And they build, just like the girls here in New York, they build it and they break it down each time they play or practice.
Damn.
That's
I'm looking at the history of the championship list, and actually the Rose City Rollers from Portland, Oregon. So if you're going back to, 2014 was the last time the Gotham Girls won. And then 2015, 2016, 2018, 2019 was Portland, Oregon's Rose City Rollers, with 2017 going to the Victorian Roller Derby team from Montreal. So, but Texas have had a lot in the top, I don't know, maybe you were, maybe because the Texas haven't done well nationally for a while. So maybe it was their local teams that were fired up.
I don't know. They just got called out as like the original team.
The original team?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm going to look up Oh, yeah, there we go. Founded in early 2003 and widely credited as the league that started the modern roller derby movement. They were the first flat track league in the nation to play a version using the new standardized rules and a track design based on the dimensions of the old banked tracks.
Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
were the first winners as well.
Yeah, so they have like a legacy thing going on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so their attitude and their confidence, their cockiness is through the roof. Okay.
Yeah.
Through the roof. and I love that they like to grapple. Like, they're not fucking around. I love it.
I wonder where, and that's the other thing that would be really fun. I mean, I love traveling for sport. So imagine like going to the national championships of roller derby and seeing all these, it's good fun to see our local boroughs compete, but to go and see the nationals, that would be cool.
Oh yeah, and Austin is a city I haven't been to, so I would love to at least go once and check it out. And I've heard that of all the cities in Texas, it's probably the one that would be the most welcoming to me.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. And I know all the good places to go. It took me a little while.
You've been.
Yeah. It took me a little while. In the early days, I'd be like,
they have good food?
Oh yeah, they got good food. Yeah, they got good food and they got good music. But at first, all I could find was like the local kind of. I just couldn't find the stuff that I liked, and I could only find where the white people were. And I was like, I know there's more people here. And then I got in with a bunch of
diversity. She loves her little diversity. Me too. I'm like that. I'm looking for diversity.
Yes,
I'm not looking for this or that. I'm looking for a place where everybody's together. Like, those are my favorite places.
Yeah, and then I've made some musician friends that I did a gig here with some people who were from there, and so next time I went down there, I'm like, hey guys, I'm in town, do you want to hang out? And they took me to some good places. I'm like, oh, now I see. So yeah.
Jeff would like it too. It sounds like a place where there's a lot of live music.
There's definitely a lot of live music, and at first it wasn't like, it's a lot of live music that is like a certain kind of like indie rock that is not my scene at all, and a lot of blues.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, so at first I was like, yeah, I was just going to see. Well, the mistake I made was I wanted to go. There was a band that was listed as a soul band, so I thought, cool, I love soul music. Let me go see this band. But it was an Austin soul band, and Austin is not known for their soul. And it was like fine, but it wasn't like I wasn't feeling it. And I thought, well, this is my fault. If I want to see good Austin music, I need to check out blues and indie rock. But neither of those are really my favorite kinds of music. So
You know what? I like indie rock.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love indie rock, like some like crazy, like I can dance all night to some indie rock. There's variations, and some are not as inspiring to me as others. But you've heard the type of music I like, and I always throw some like a little bit of weird rock in there. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah. So oh my God, we've got so many. So we've got to get to Austin to watch roller derby. We've got to get to one of the islands in the West Indies to watch cricket. We've still got a New Orleans trip to be had at some point, but there's a lot of sports that are on in New Orleans. We could watch sports while we were there as well.
Yeah. Yes. So what's up with New Orleans and us? Is that still in the air? Or?
It is for me. I'm just waiting for there to be a lack of a lockdown kind of situation.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I feel like the lockdown is already. Oh yeah, because there are some states that we can't go travel to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If I went on a plane, I'd have to probably isolate myself from my housemates because they are not down with that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, in winter, I'm probably going to go to Texas. If it's still like this, I don't want to be, I can't see people outside in winter.
You mean to stay? To live?
Not to live, just for a break, just for somewhere else to be for a while, somewhere in the warmth, somewhere I can go sit out. Because once winter comes and you can't, like right now, I can go see people because I can socially distance with them outside. But once winter comes.
Yeah, you have a need to see people. I do not, so I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
I don't need to see people.
So what about you? What do you have updates in the world of sports this week? Well, you're talking about you miss roller derby.
I miss roller derby. I was really impressed with the Texas team, and of course they're just like every other state where they have their multiple local teams, and then they come together as a Texas team, and it was just nice to hear about them and their different names and where they're coming from and how much they have to work to really do this. People don't understand that most athletes don't make a lot of money, and like they work regular jobs in restaurants, IT, whatever it is. Like they do all sorts of stuff just to make sure that they do their passion. Like this is how you know that they're passionate about it. Yeah. And I just want everybody to know that this is a fantastic sport and they need our support. It's so much fun. It's a real sport. It takes a lot of talent and a lot of strategy. People don't understand how much strategy you need. That's why coaching is important. That's why I admire the Bronx Gridlock, even though I want them to lose all the time.
That's right. We love their manager.
They're so good. They make me sick.
Brooklyn had a rough season last season, though. They'll come back. They'll come back.
Brooklyn is too soft. I don't know what's going on in Brooklyn. Brooklyn needs to, toughen up or something. I don't know what's going on. It's not a sport for wimps. It's not a sport for, you gotta go for it. It's like, use your muscle.
That's right.
Anyways, so I missed roller derby. I was looking just randomly for sports, and I came across deep sea diving, and I didn't realize that was considered a sport. Even though, it should, because it's in Olympics. In the Olympics, there is diving.
Deep sea diving? How do you do that competitively, though?
Ooh, it is dangerous, first of all. I saw a couple of dives, and it's about going into the middle of the ocean, and you have to call out how deep you're gonna go.
What?
Before you go down, you have to call out. how deep you're gonna go. Once you call, and this could be 50 meters, this could be like, they go deep. And let me explain to you how deep they go. I can't even, I don't even know, like, I was so mind blown. I don't remember the numbers, but it was so fucking deep that when they come up, some of them pass out. And if you pass out, you do not win, even though you went as deep as you said you were gonna go. Because once you come up, there's a protocol you have to follow. Within 5 seconds of you coming up, you have to follow a protocol. The protocol is you have to take off your mask, you have to breathe, and you have to say something. And I think, you have to bring back a ticket. So there's a ticket, let's say you say 50 meters, 100 meters, whatever it is that you go down, it's down there. So you go all the way down, you grab the ticket, and you come all the way up. That is not enough to win, Kath.
Oh my God. You have to not die doing it, basically.
You have to not black out, and you can't die. If you die, you don't win. Like, this is so, like, what the fuck?
That's wild. Jeez, that sounds so dangerous. Is this like a sanctioned, like, are they just doing this so far off international borders that no one can stop them? Because this can't be safe.
International sport. The one I was following is a gentleman from the Philippines. So there's a village in the Philippines that actually they are famous deep sea divers because they're fishermen, fisherman village. And they dive without any tanks or anything, and so it's just part of their culture and upbringing and just way of life to deep sea dive.
Right.
And so there's a man, and I don't remember his name right now. Anyways, he's like the leader of that village, and he's trying to put his village on the map in deep sea diving sport.
Wow.
And he did it. He won, and I think he was an Australian one. So they have sports around the world. They have championships around the world, and the first time he did it, he didn't do it. But the second time he did, and he's trying to put his village on the map because he says that his village produces some of the best deep sea divers of the world, but they have no recognition because you need a lot of money. It's a type of sport that you need money, and you need support, and you need gear, and they don't use gear. They're a poor village in the Philippines.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, and he's trying to get the little kids to see that there is there's future in their way of life, and also when you win, you get money.
Yeah, well, that helps too. I've never heard of this. It sounds like I would find it disturbing because I like just waiting for someone to pass out or have their head explode if they take it off, and like because the difference.
There haven't been any deaths. Let me just reassure.
Okay. Because the difference in pressure.
People pass out.
Yeah, I bet. The difference in pressure, I think I must have seen something on Mythbusters about like, I don't know, something about the pressure of deep sea diving and like what it could do to your head if something goes wrong. Freaks me out. It gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like proper heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I love the ocean. Like I just love the ocean. I think it's beautiful, and I just feel really at home when I'm like in the ocean. I've done some diving of my own, and I've never done scuba, but I've done, what's the other one? The one with the goggles.
I know what you mean. Snorkeling, yeah. Yeah.
I've done with snorkels, I've done deep sea fishing with a spear.
Ooh.
I didn't catch anything.
Right. But you weren't, how deep were you? See, I love that too, but to me it's the pressure. The further down you get, and the fact that there's so little that we know about like these deep trenches that go deeper than our highest mountains, and we can't even go down there because we haven't developed the technology to get the pressure right. That fascinates me. That's like, what the hell? right?
But the scariness about it is what makes it really thrilling and exciting, though.
Yeah.
So I've never measured it, and I'm sure I have not gotten that deep, but I've gotten deep enough that, when I look up, there's like tons and tons of ocean and like for me to see the sky, like I have gone that deep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love it. The first time I've ever been that deep was actually an accident, when I almost drowned when I was around like 10 years old.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
You told me that story, I think.
Yeah. So that was the first time I've ever been that deep, and I remember not being afraid, being like, whoa! And it wasn't until I felt that, oh shit, I should be breathing, that I was like, ah!
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't even swallow any water or anything. I just don't know. That was a miracle.
Oh my God.
Everybody in my family was like, it's a miracle that you're alive.
So do you want to try scuba diving?
I would love to try scuba diving.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Oh
Anything. I love all ocean sports. I've tried paddle boarding. That's on top. But it's another one that fascinates me. I love paddle boarding. I've tried it. Actually, okay. I mean, I went to like 2 or 3 times one afternoon in the Hamptons.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
But I would love to do that. Like, I believe that if I lived near the ocean and that was easy for me to do these things, I would do them all the time.
Yeah.
I would do them all the time, and I'd probably be so fucking fit right now. Because it would just be fun. It wouldn't even be a thing. It would just be like, I'm going to go paddleboarding.
Yeah, I get you. My friend, I always remembered this, because, obviously a lot of Australian coastline has great scuba diving, Great Barrier Reef. And a friend of mine that I went to college with, Paul Burns, his name was, I'm going to shout him out because he's the other Burnsy. And he's just really very handsome man, very attractive man. And after college went backpacking, went up north and got to like one of the best, one of the places where some of the best scuba diving is, got his scuba masters, like so that he could take boat tours out. So now he's the guy taking out all of these English and European backpackers out to the Great Barrier Reef to go scuba diving. Meanwhile, he's like a 20-something attractive guy, and he just cleaned up. I think it was probably the best time of his life, out there in the ocean every day. And then he's got to he would drink for free because he's bringing all the tourists to certain bars at night, find a girl to pick up. It was just a good life.
Nice.
That's a life. And where he lives now, he's still able to go scuba diving on a regular basis. So
love it. It's beautiful. Yeah. Living in the inner city. I'm an inner city girl. It's unless it's something easy like basketball. When I was growing up, I did a lot of roller skating. That was easy.
Ooh, yeah.
But I just, as an adult, it's been hard for me to just say, like, I'm going to go roller skating. There's just something about it that, I don't know, there's this mental barrier for it.
Yeah.
The other day, I saw somebody roller skating, a woman in pink roller skates in the basketball court across the street. And I was just like, I love you. She looked so cute.
Yeah.
And she was with her daughter. Her daughter had a scooter. So cute.
I love that. So yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. If it's going to happen, it'll probably happen by the time it's too late for us to watch. So we may have to do another replay of that one. Okay. And any new Cam Newton news? Is he settling in okay?
No news. Haven't seen anything yet. But we'll keep our thoughts with him. And I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if this is going to be football.
I know. I heard someone say he had to do his own hype video. Cam Newton had to do his own hype video.
His what?
His own hype video. Like there was a hype video got released on Twitter about him moving there, and it was like Cam Newton had to make his own hype video. Like,
yeah, you know what? I can totally see New England being like, "You're just another player. We're not just celebrating you." That's their whole attitude as a team.
Right.
It's the Belichick way.
Now, live, let's check this. I have not had access so far this season because my team is just so awful. Tottenham we're talking about now this season, I haven't invested in ways that I can watch the games. So today I was sitting around and I saw that Tottenham is playing Arsenal, their arch rivals, today. Neither have any opportunity to do anything important this season. They're not going to make the Champions League. They're not going to make the top four. They're all terrible. But the thing is, bragging rights between Tottenham and Arsenal are vital. Like, at this point of the season, we can't get anything. So all we can do is finish on top of Arsenal and beat them. So we're going to check the score now because I didn't watch because it's just a bit too depressing. I don't have the channels. I'm not going to pay to be that depressed. That's just not like, if I could go watch at a bar still, that'd be fine, but that's not possible right now. So yes, 2-1.
Congratulations.
Sun Heung-min, our South Korean superstar, and Alderweireld, who is a defender, scored. Absolutely fantastic. That means we're above them on the ladder now. Just barely. So Tottenham is 8th. Arsenal is 9th. 2 points separating them. So they're going to be battling it out for battle of the losers for the rest of the season. So that's your husband's team is my arch rivals.
Yeah. I was giving him a hard time. Like, do they ever win?
Well, here's the thing. They did back when he first decided to support them, and now they're bad.
I know. But he's sticking with them.
He's that kind of guy. Same with Tottenham. Like, I honestly, it was an ex that got me into Tottenham, and I'd probably happily walk away, except that then I got my young friend into Tottenham, who's now a 14-year-old boy, and, like, that's our connection. Like, no matter how cool he gets or how dorky I get, how disconnected he gets, we have to talk about Tottenham, so I can't walk away. Tottenham for life now.
Yeah, I don't have a team. I have to say I don't have a team. I'm more of a World Cup kind of girl.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I just love international play. Like, I really love it. So anything that's international, I'm all about it. And there, I do have teams.
Yes.
Because it's easy because it's about countries. It's like,
yeah.
Of course, I'm like, Latin America, number 1.
Yep.
Men's USA, never. Women's USA, always. It's so easy.
Yeah, you got it. It's funny. It's funny too. I used to do the same with that. And the interesting thing is that, like, the excitement of the World Cup and the number of upsets there can be and getting behind certain teams and all that sort of stuff is so much more exciting. But the quality of the games are never as good as the club games. Because
I believe that.
Yeah, so that's like the trade-off. But yeah.
I know, because I see sometimes Jeff, he would record some of those is it Arsenal games?
Yeah, or maybe he's watching the Champions League games.
Yeah, they were either too early or too late, so he would record them and watch them on like a decent time. And I'd be like, whoa, this is some good stuff. Yes, good stuff going on. Some real athleticism and like strength.
Yeah, I just found it very difficult once the winners were decided a couple of weeks ago. The season has been interrupted and strange. My team has been terrible all season. So I've just found it very difficult to kind of get back into it. It's like, why? There's always that thing, when you're so passionate, there's times when you just have to protect yourself. Like, this is just I could watch this every day. I used to watch the team when they were terrible, and I'd watch them every weekend, and I'd be drunk by midday because the game was so terrible and it started at 7 and I had to get drunk to get through it. And I'm like, well, this isn't a good way to live my life.
So in other news, the NBA is supposed to start on the 30th.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was supposed to be the 31st, and then they made an announcement. We're 1 day ahead.
And this is to finish the season?
If you want to call it that, you can. It's a tournament. It's not the same.
So the standings from before don't count? They're just going to start again? Like, what's the...
I'm so confused, and when I hear the news about it, I get really worked up. So I'm going to admit that I'm not really listening because I'm talking so much shit to the TV.
Okay.
So
well, how about we do this? So I'll learn it. I'll say it next week, and you can talk shit at me How's that? And then we can see
get worked up.
Then we can see what the dynamic is.
Obviously, the color commentator in this scenario. Oh, none of the facts, yo. I just know what's up. Okay, I will tell you what's up, and what's up is a hot mess. A hot mess, because it's like I'm getting worked up just thinking about it. Just oh God. People, they have an option. It's voluntary. So not all team members are going to be playing.
Whoa.
So you see what I'm, so already I'm like, so Brooke, why are they choosing? Deep breath. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's pray. Hold up.
All right. I'm with you here. Ready?
Yeah. They have this silly format. I think that deep breath was a little too much because now I feel lightheaded. They're choosing. I think it's like is it 22? Let me look this up because I need facts for me to control my emotion. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say let me look up the facts and then you can yell at me. I'm fine with that.
NBA. It's a lot. They're picking a certain number of teams, okay? And the number of teams starts at a point where it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm discombobulated about it. I'm gonna be really straight up with you. I'm discombobulated because, like, for example, Brooklyn is on this list.
Okay.
Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving is not playing. Durant is not playing. We already knew they weren't playing. They weren't going to make the playoffs, period. When we stopped playing, they weren't going to make the playoffs. They weren't.
Right.
So now, they're not playing. And then the three players, they don't even know their names. That's how good they are. So their best players after those two, which are their superstars, they are choosing not to play because I think one has a wife that's having a baby. They have really good. Listen, I'm not knocking on them. They have really good, legitimate reasons why they can't. Health reasons, injury reasons, baby reasons. Like you want to take care of your family. It's still just a job. I get it.
Yeah.
But why are they in the tournament?
Right. Well, so here it says the 22 teams consist of the 16 teams in current playoff positions. That's 8 per conference. And then the 6 teams that are currently 6 games or fewer behind the 8th seed in their respective conference. Which I can see how Brooklyn would be that.
But so why not just the teams that were already made it to the 16th? But this is the issue.
Because that's less money. They don't make as much money if they don't have as many. Like, the more teams they have in the competition, the more people are going to watch it.
I'm going to tell you what it is, okay? Because there's a superstar in a very low-ranking team. His name is Zion Wilkinson, Washington. What's his name? Zion.
What's his name?
You just put Zion.
Who's he play for?
Pelicans.
Oh.
You just put Zion and it's
Williamson. Yeah. Okay.
Williamson. Okay. It was one of those sons.
Right?
So Zion, everybody wants to see the new beast in town. That's what it's about.
Oh, so you reckon they just made an arbitrary decision to do whatever they could to get the Pelicans in? But then what if Zion just chooses not to play? Can't they all choose not to play?
He could, but he's such a superstar, he probably is not going to do that. Because remember, he's a superstar. Superstars, the smart ones know what's up. Not like the ones in Brooklyn.
Ooh,
supposed to be superstars. They're supposed to be Nah.
Well, half of them all came into this.
Let me stop being a hater. They do have injuries. Let me stop.
I was going to say, they all came into this season not even able to play. Like, wow.
Let me stop.
Cold. And now you want them to injure themselves for a competition that's going to make jack shit in the future? This is the thing.
Like, they already weren't playing. Like, let's cut Brooklyn out of it.
Yeah. let them. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm a Brooklynite. I love my team. But fair is fair. They shouldn't be in this tournament.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, don't play, rest your squad. Even the squad that's going to play is not your best squad. Okay, I'm coming around to where you're at now.
You understand where I'm coming
from?
Yeah. How annoying this is?
Yeah. But of course, for the people, like, unfortunately, for those of us who are passionate about sport, the only thing that really matters these days is money. And if you have one of the biggest teams on the Eastern Seaboard not playing in this competition, then there's your ratings. Like, they want their ratings, right?
Yeah, and Zion, and the thing is, he's exciting to watch. I'm all about this kid. Like, he needs his opportunities. I get it. But this is skewing everything. And then the team, which I don't know what the ranking is right now, but I think that's easy to find. That's easy to find the ranking. Whoever who ranked last for the playoffs when the season paused, it's unfair to them, because how about if they have a team where people are getting sick or they decide not to? Like, this is...
Yeah, the whole thing is it's just for the purpose of having something to watch. It doesn't mean anything from a competition standpoint. That's why I think I felt a little bit about the soccer, because it's like, like all the momentum's gone. Everyone's been in off season. I mean, at least they're playing essentially proper games and finishing the actual competition. But, you play something for, like, this just feels like a friendly competition, right? You play something for the glory. You play something so that you can say, hey, back in 2020, this is what happened. But anything that happens in this competition, people are going to go, all right, so what? Like, it's not going to mean anything in the long run. So why are all these guys out here risking their life and limb? But then it comes back to it, like, the money from the TV rights is what pays their salaries, and you want to make sure they can survive and all that sort of shit like that.
And this is okay. So in the standings, in the West, the Pelicans were number 10, not even close. Okay, yeah. So let me rattle out the standings for the East. The Brooklyn did make it, by the way. They did. So it was number 1 Milwaukee Bucks, which everybody had as a favorite because Antetokounmpo, the beast, the Greek freak, is amazing. Have you seen this young man
I have not.
play? You have not seen basketball until you've seen this young man play.
Whoa, okay.
I mean, and he's just starting. He's still rough around the edges, and he has brought his team to number 1 in the East.
Man, I knew that Milwaukee Bucks were expected to do well this season. I did not know it was him.
Number 2 in the East is Toronto, which makes sense because they were the champions from last year.
Yep.
Number 3 is the Boston Celtics. Of course, it's Boston. Bostonian over here talking.
Yeah. I'll just let that slide.
Number 4, Miami Heat. Number 5, Indiana Pacers. And 6, the 76ers. And I don't even know how they put that together with some glue, okay? Like, some glue, some Scotch tape. They put it together because inconsistency is their middle name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were supposed to. Well, they were like
inconsistent.
Well, yeah. I kind of had a half an eye on them because they've got an Australian guy playing for them, and they were meant to do like really well this year. And
Ben Simmons. Which, by the way, I thought
who's the number 1 in the inconsistency. Like, inconsistency is his whole game.
Well, they're number 1 and number 2, both the most inconsistent players in the whole league.
Yeah. Okay.
Ben Simmons, which, by the way, I thought his whole name was just his last name because everybody says Ben Simmons. I spent a whole year thinking that his last name was Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons. John Ben Simmons.
I just thought it was Ben Simmons. And then I was like, you know that his name is Ben.
We just got to call him Ben Simmons from now on.
Okay, and then you have number 7, the Brooklyn Nets, which that's another team that I don't even know how they did that, but they did it.
Yeah.
And, which, by the way, has been making Kyrie and Durant look a little bit bad, but that's just my opinion. And And then number 8, Orlando Magic, which is, wow, how did they do that? That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And last in the East is our very own Knickerbockers.
Yes. Well, you know how we feel about the Knickerbockers.
I can't. And then we go to the West, and you know that the standings is only up to 8. Everything after that is like you don't come in. And then in the West is, of course, the King James and his Los Angeles Lakers. And then there's the LA Clippers, and that is a battle.
Whoa. Yep.
Because you know LA Clippers has, what's his face again? What's his name? The one that never smiles. Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kawhi Leonard. He's just business. He don't. It's not personal. It's business. He don't smile. It's fine. I admire him for that. So he won the championship for the Toronto Raptors last year.
And now he's at the Clippers.
Toronto thought he was gonna stay, and they had this whole campaign. Girl, the drama of it all. I can't. And then his last minute, he said, I'm going to the Clippers. He went to the Clippers, and he brought the Clippers to number 2, and the only reason he's not number 1 is because the King got that spot.
See, now you're getting me excited. Now I want to watch this tournament. Now I want to see how this all plays out. You've totally turned me around just by saying all this stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, we definitely need to see how this plays out.
I get all worked up about it because I like things to be fair, and I just don't think it's fair the way they're doing it with the 22 teams. I just don't think so, but whatever, you know.
I don't think there's any way to do it that's fair, though. If you're going to do it, it's going to be a way that's kind of arbitrary, and Brooklyn would have made it anyway, so.
And let me just finish up and then we can wrap this up. Because after the LA Clippers, number 3 in the West, Denver Nuggets, surprisingly well. You know, I always go for Denver because you know my in-laws are from Colorado, so I'm always like, all right, I don't mind cheering for them, and they have a snazzy outfit. I like that.
I got step family in Colorado, so I'm down.
Okay. So then number 4 is the Utah Jazz. They've been doing surprisingly well. Number 5 is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Somehow they did, after they lost all their talent, they made it to number 5, which is pretty impressive. And number 6, the forever disappointing Houston Rockets, man. What is up with them?
I don't know what is up with them.
Oh my God. Like, what is going on? Like, they're supposed to be high up a lot. They should be at least, they're not going to be number 1, because come on. But they should be top 3.
Yeah, right.
With the type of talent that they have, I have my personal opinion, because you know all my opinions are personal. I have a few that are professional, but not in this instance. So my opinion with the Houston Rockets, I didn't want to say this.
I think you should say it.
I think it's the beard.
The beard?
The beard. I think, what's his face again? The one that dated Chloe for like a week.
I don't know enough about basketball or a Kardashian to know.
All right. What's his face? James Harden.
Okay.
The one with the beard. He's famous for his beard. He got the big old beard like this. I mean, I think he should shave it off. I think he's a good start. I think it's baggage. James Harden, listen to me. I'm your sister. Sister.
What? No, yes. Wait. How?
Yes.
You think he's, what's he carrying around in there? Oh my God. Baggage.
He hasn't shaved it off for, I don't know, we could look it up. He's in interviews, talks about it all the time. He hasn't shaved it off. I've never seen this man without a beard. It's before he started professional.
Whoa. So then.
We need to send him some vibes for him to shave off that shit. Like, he needs to shave it off because he needs to do something different. He's so talented. This is what's so disappointing.
Damn.
He has the talent. but he got a little bit of an attitude, which you don't mind because it is. I mean, it's a sport, so you want some attitude. But there's something going on there. He needs to lighten it up. He needs to throw out some of that junk, and he needs to come up with some sort of ritual. He needs some clear quartz. This is my recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
He needs some clear quartz. He needs a sound bath.
He needs a sound bath. Sorry, I just have to read this to you because it's too funny. Someone on Quora, someone like asked the question on Quora, why did James Harden grow his beard? And then this is just a random person responding on Quora, right? Anyone can respond to this website. Harden was transformed from an average-looking guy to a distinctly handsome guy. Growing the beard seemed to give him more confidence than ever, but still, it was possible to detect small patches that were less robust than the rest. This beard's flaw meant that in his third season, he would not be the man he is today.
Thank you, Cora.
Oh my God.
If it's working for you, then you keep doing it. And it was working for him. Don't we talk about this all the time in our daily high vibe?
Yeah.
It works for you. Sometimes we do things. We have practices, behaviors, thoughts, emotions that work for us because for a certain time in our life, right?
Yeah.
They work for us because they help us survive a certain thing.
Yes. And now he's outgrown that thing. He's outgrown it.
He's outgrown it. It's not working for you. It's not working for you. Cut that shit off. I will help you. I have some clippers over there in the next room.
Damn.
I will wear my mask. I swear. I will take a test, my antibody test, and I will share it with you that I do not have the coronavirus. I will shave that shit off for you, and I will give you a facial massage. Okay? And then I will send you to my girl in Virginia that she is a sound bath queen, and she will cleanse your aura because you are too talented, and you need to stop it.
So we've got a multi-city rehab plan. First of all, he's got to get from Houston to Brooklyn so that you can, just a PSA, by the way, an antibody test doesn't prove you don't have coronavirus right now. So you're going to need to get your PCR test as well, just to be on the safe side. Public health announcement.
Okay.
It's my job now. Brooklyn for his...
Oh, yeah, this is the actual job now. Look at you being informed.
So Brooklyn to get the beard off. Get rid of the baggage. It worked for him before.
Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn. I'm talking about Houston Rockets.
I'm saying he's got a multi-city tour to get well. He's rehab. He's got to come to Brooklyn. Yeah. He's coming to the town of Brooklyn, not the team of Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah. To get his beard off.
I wouldn't mind though. I think he would do good. If only I would put in his contract, shave the beard.
Right. Yeah. No, he'd have to get the beard off first, and then from Brooklyn to Virginia through his sound bar. This is what I'm saying. He's got a whole route.
Yes. He's got the money. Get a truck, get a tour bus, do it. You're fine.
Yeah. So, and we'll say, as it's shaving it off, thank you for the job you've been doing. That job is now over and you're free to go. It did a job. It did a purpose. You don't have to hate on it. We don't have to be mad at it. We let it go with love. We let it go with love. We let it go with love. Yeah.
Anyway, that's number 6 in the West. And number 7 in the West is the Dallas Mavericks. Everybody kind of likes but don't like at the same time. Yeah. And then the Memphis Grizzlies is number 8. Usually is where they belong. And so that's where we at in the standings. All right. Those are the teams that should be in this tournament and will be in the tournament. And then I think that they 16, so they have another 6 that they have.
Yeah, and it was just whoever was within a certain number of points, which I'm okay with because it was still pretty early in the season. A lot can change. There are a lot of games. Like I'm not with you on that. I'm okay with it because it would have been easy to get from that position to jump up because that's the whole. I think it is fair. Like by the end, because by the rest of the season, people can drop, people can go up. There's so many games left to play. Like you got to give those teams a chance.
It makes a lot of sense right now. Like that.
Oh dear. Well, I think we haven't rehearsed our ons and offs yet, but I think maybe we can do that during the week. I reckon that's an off call thing to work out.
We can send each other video chats practicing.
Yeah, I like that. Very much so. So yeah, shame we didn't have event 5, the long jump. I haven't seen the long jump, not quite sure what it looks like. I've got to be honest with you, I am, and there's 16 total events, so we're only up to event 5. I am kind of like ready for an all-in race. Like, I mean, I get these like one at a time things, but I want to see like release some marbles and let them like run free. That's what I'm looking forward to. So it's a slow build. It's a slow
Marble
burn.
parkour or free running.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So it's been wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us.
Yes.
We love you. We love you. Spread the love. Spread the joy.
And we will see you whenever the event 5 happens. Definitely event 6. Maybe we'll do event 5 and event 6 together next Sunday.
NBA is coming soon, so you're gonna see more of us, honey.
That's right. So we've been MSKS Sports.
All right.
All right.
Was that okay? See, we need to practice that shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, as soon as you said, hang on, I'm just going to stop recording. Once you said we need to practice